it's Jane Taylor watching Wednesday, Season 2, Episode 5, Hyde and Woe Seek, because yep, the Hyde is out there. I am very excited for the final part of this series of Wednesday. I think Season 3's already been greenlit. I'm still completely up in the air about what I think about Tyler. Like, I have seen people talking about this both ways, people being like, he's definitely fully evil, other people being like, oh, maybe he isn't, and I'm still someone that I want confirmation. Wednesday's decided he's completely evil. I could still see it being either way, that he was just an ordinary nice person who then got groomed into being the Hyde, or was the evil always lurking inside of him waiting to come out, and that is just who he is. The story could genuinely go both ways, so I'm very intrigued by it. I'm stressed for Wednesday. I'm intrigued, like, was that the day Enid was supposed to die and she's changed it? Or is Enid's death still coming? What's happening? Let's go. Nope, reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and let's go. Thank you. How much time has passed?
Rise and shine,
Okay.
sleepyhead.
She's dreaming.
Your new spirit guide. Surprise.
That's
Oh.
impossible.
Yeah.
A spirit guide must be a relative.
Turns out we're 13th cousins. Twice removed.
There have.
She's actually her spirit guide. This isn't just a dream.
No.
I'm done being lectured.
Then wake up.
Okay. I'm guessing that like she is the spirit guide. It's not just a dream on Wednesdays. Imagining this.
You think they're still in the area?
We believe Fester Adams is long gone. It's hard to
I
say.
mean, Fester's permanently on the run now.
We do not.
Well, if you'll excuse me, an interim director's work is never done.
So why is she covering for Wednesday? Because she wants to deal with her herself?
Parched Earth is just a warm-up. I aim for total incineration.
I would keep that trigger finger off.
Wednesday hasn't
your
learned much,
flamethrower,
like,
Missy.
Look at
Unless
face,
you'd like
love.
me to tell Sheriff Santiago.
Never delivered dead flowers before.
Oh, lovely.
Who gave you this?
How did he ended up? How did he? If Weems was still alive, I think it was a shapeshifter, because this is very risky from Tyler, if he is obsessed with her. But is he salvageable? Was that like a warning or a threat?
I didn't think you were gonna be back for a couple more days.
What are you doing here?
I've come to observe you in your natural habitat.
Probably explain to Enid.
Well, then I guess it was lucky that I showed up and saved your life. Tyler was gonna gut you as well, remember?
Wednesday
She's
talk
got
to
you there
Enid.
too. Tell her the truth about the premonition.
Stay out of this. You might think you're the only capable one here, but you can't do everything on your own. That's not how the world works, even for Wednesday Adams.
Please let her in again
Missing
Wednesday.
her for the win.
Yeah, Goody wasn't quite as annoying.
T-shirt, am I right? All right.
Yep, he's bad news. Grim in the school.
Outcast.
Thank God your mother can't see you right now. Think of all the hopes and dreams she had for you. Her only child. Her beloved son.
I'm just still, I know I'm like repeating myself endlessly, but like, who is the actual Tyler? Like, even that person who kind of sent Wednesday the note, was that like a warning through I don't know how he would know that someone else was going to kill him, so I presume he was threatening her, so it was a threat. But how much of that is who he is, and how much of that is the grooming that we know he endured from the adult in his life? Like, I'm so fascinated by him. I think it's a more interesting story to me if he, and I maybe, literally, I could have said the opposite a month ago watching part one. I don't know if the like redemption, or not even redemption necessarily, but the unraveling of what was done to him and what is who he really is a more interesting storyline than him just being plain evil. But I'm at the point where I'm like, just tell me either way. Which way is it going to go?
Turn yourself in.
Leave me alone!
That's the only way you're gonna get out of this alive.
Leave me alone! Leave me alone!
It's almost like it's got like a part of his conscience that's trying to save him. I don't know. 'Cause to an extent, turning himself in, if he did it peacefully as in human form, but it would go back to that life that wasn't a life. That's almost kinda.
A Hyde can't survive without a master.
Males can't. They go crazy without one. Psychosis, paranoia, rapid physical
He's seen
decline,
visions.
ultimately premature.
Has a Hyde ever taken on a new master?
I mean, not that I know of. Who would be reckless enough to
Oh my god, Wednesday.
That would be insane.
I mean, maybe if you could like save Tyler by doing it, like become his master and then like de-groom him and then be like, as my master, I say just live a normal happy life. Don't hurt people. But I don't know what Wednesday would do in this position.
To talk since you woke up.
I'm most comfortable with uncomfortable silence.
I don't like
On the
Leon's
day
family
of the
being at
dead,
odds.
we focus, we lost.
This is a very stereotypical
I just
teenage
want to
daughter
make
doesn't
sure
get on with
that
her
those
mother,
who
but
are
like
still
as a teenage
here
daughter
know
who
how
always
much
got on
they
with her
mean
mother,
to
I
me. Your mother is.
You can't take on Tyler alone.
but I got the pack.
I need your help to reactivate the nightshades.
Slurp! Slurp!
Maybe he used his name as well from the story.
Do you think Tyler Galpin's working with the zombie?
The fact that you and I are having a serious conversation about this tells you everything. I want squad cars sitting on those gates round the clock. My bet, that's where Tyler's going.
Would Tyler necessarily use a gate?
Ye old Mexico.
I commend you and your
More
ability
cultural
to
appropriation.
appropriate with such panache.
Pilgrim World is all about authenticity.
Sick mask, dude! Like the traitors. Who's already murdered tonight? Damn, that banishment was close.
This meeting.
Tyler's making his move tonight at the Remembrance procession. But I have a plan.
To kill him?
To control him.
And in the long run, we could maybe help him. Or find out that he's unhelpable.
This is about your pathological need to control everything.
Go find some other distant relative to stalk.
Wednesday does need to start
Hill unlocked
listening to the people
controlled
around
Tyler
her.
because she was. You have feelings for him.
I hate Tyler. End of story.
I mean, that is a feeling.
Hate is a feeling.
Mhm.
Sometimes. Don't do this.
Wednesday, listen to somebody, please. Poor scared zombie. But as I said, like, who's to say he'd use a gate? It depends if Slurp viewed you as a friend or someone that kept him chained in a shed. Yeah, you also fed him, but then you also kept him chained up.
Ugly. Stop.
He can speak. He is coming back.
I don't want to waste it. You're my only friend, Pugsley.
Oh, Pugsley. I
Let
missed
me
a
go.
zombie.
Maybe it's for the best.
Like, how many more brains is he gonna have to eat in order to get himself back to being normal? Like, to being functioning, to like blend in or whatever, you know? Because you can't just kill whoever you want. Ophelia? You'd be like, it's the Day of the Dead, and my dead sister is here.
Some help. No, don't, please. I'm being
Don't
hunted.
immediately call the sheriff.
You were always so kind to me in school.
Oh, it's not
I
Ophelia.
could really use.
What name did she give? I really wanted it to be the aunt. I think her reaction didn't seem right for having seen her sister, but my brain is slightly slow today.
Francoise.
I
I
Okay,
was on my way to
Francoise.
Nevermore when I saw you in the garden, cutting
Okay.
roses in the moonlight. I couldn't believe it.
Can't remember if we've ever heard of Francoise.
I can give you some help.
So maybe she knows something about Francoise that she thinks the sheriff should
I'm
be
being
called.
hunted. Finding my son. You mean Tyler? He
Oh!
escaped from Willow Hill too. And he was heading for
Oh!
Nevermore.
Okay!
In that case,
Okay, unexpected. But interesting development.
What's wrong, Tyler?
Yeah, you're looking a little rough.
Is it because you killed your master? You don't have much time left, do you?
I just, there's a part of me that's like, do we need to help him? Rather than, like, is he helpable? Because if he's not, we just need to lock him up or whatever. If this was never going to be that simple.
Tyler! Enough. But you do know there's only one way we can truly be together. Say hello to your new master.
Ew, mummy's here! Okay, is she gonna be able to help him? Like, as in help him become a sane, normal version of himself?
thinking.
Well, this was a twist of events I was not expecting.
It's Isaac.
Well, they knew him. Whew.
Hello, Judy. Do you remember me?
Quietly into the night, or is she set on a darker purpose?
We'll find out. Something else is going on. It's not the full moon, is she transformed? Maybe if Wednesday had talked to her, she'd know what was going on. Now, I know Wednesday dramatically crashing out of the window, Tyler bounding off into the night, was a dramatic cliffhanger. I think this would have been a better place to leave it. Obviously an annoying place, because I just feel like the story is so much richer here than it was a month ago where the story ended. It wasn't bad. I'm not one of those people who's like, Wednesday Series 2's been bad. I've actually been having a really good time. But I feel like right now my brain is spinning. The plates are on sticks and I'm trying to keep them balanced. Like Tyler's mother being alive. Like, I don't know. I just assumed after they mentioned Ophelia, she went missing from there. I was obviously her. Nope. Like, that's why there was an obituary for her, but it didn't mention she was a Hyde because it wouldn't do, because the sheriff was keeping that under wraps. Her being his mother and then them being together is going to be interesting. It's kind of like Wednesday said in her epilogue. Is she going to be like, Tyler, we're leaving, and then he'll not want to or whatever? I don't think we're getting rid of the character of Tyler at this point. At least with this resolution. I feel like there will be more to it. I still want to know, and maybe with his mother who's been a Hyde for longer and maybe knows more about what being a Hyde entails, maybe we will find out whether he really was just an ordinary dude until evil Miss What's-Her-Face came along and groomed him and warped him, and whether he can be unwarped. Because, you know, if that is the case, then he's probably the character I have the most sympathy for, the most like he's been treated abominably and I just want to help him and give him a hug and like help him through this. If he either was always evil, even when he was pretending to be just a normal, nice little small town boy, but inside he was like, oh fuck everyone, I'm gonna kill them all, then I'm like, okay, well fuck you. And then the other flip side of, well, the other part of that is if he was an ordinary dude, then he got groomed and Hydeified, and now he will just forever be this psychotic evil version of himself. I will mourn for the boy he was, but be like, okay, we need to just deal with him as he is now. I understand why Wednesday and people look at him and just see the monster, but I also feel like as outcasts, as people who normies look at and say, oh, they're all monsters because they're freaks, they haven't even considered that Tyler could be ordinary deep down, like, or could just be an ordinary enough dude. I say ordinary, not meaning not perfect, just a dude. Like, probably did some bad things, probably did some good things. There's still a chance there, and they're just so set on him being evil incarnate because he hurt people they cared about and because he was the monster they were chasing. But a Hyde, to me, like, because with it being a Hyde, Jekyll and Hyde, when he's Jekyll, he has no recollection of Hyde. They are two separate people. And so that would indicate, and like Dr. Jekyll was an ordinary, normal enough dude, and then the experimenting he did, he'd Hyde. So that would suggest that there was an ordinary, normal enough dude, Tyler. And like the mother didn't seem unreasonable. Now, obviously, we had Billy Piper, whose character's name I cannot remember, saying, oh, female Hydes are more rational, they can survive without their master, but the male ones go insane. Which would maybe suggest that a female Hyde finds it easier to hold on to her grip and sanity. But if she can help Tyler come back to himself, it's so much more interesting and rich to me, that character having to deal with all the horrible things he's done, but it wasn't really his fault that he did them because he was being brainwashed. But then how much of them did he enjoy? Like, that is a really rich story, but obviously this show isn't about Tyler Galpin. So if this show doesn't want to explore that, that is totally fine. I won't think it's bad writing or anything because this show is Wednesday. But I think that is interesting. And then for Wednesday to have to confront, along with a lot of other things she's going to have to confront at some point this season, the fact that she just wrote Tyler off as evil, as, you know, a monster that has to be put down or controlled, rather than seeing the person that was inside. And that's an interesting dynamic for her to have to unpack, because she is someone that loves the macabre and loves the darker side of things, yet looked at Tyler and wrote him off, instead of seeing that maybe there was just a very troubled person there. Of course, that could all be he and his mum could go on a killing spree next episode, and none of that could just be me talking a load of nonsense. But I find his character very, very interesting, and it's reaching the point though where I'm getting frustrated at not having an answer to this question of how I should be viewing his character. Then obviously Billy Piper's character is a werewolf, so maybe she can help Enid. Wednesday is frustrating me to death. Now, I love her. She is young, teenage brain, etc. She needs to stop assuming she knows everything about everything. I've seen a lot of people saying that they don't like this portrayal of the Addams family, in that the thing about the Addams family is that they are always very close, they're always very accepting of each other and loving of each other, and they were almost like the reverse, the opposite of the atomic family, the nuclear family, but like the American Pie, like what you expect, but they actually all love each other and got on really well. And so having Wednesday constantly be at odds with her mother isn't very Addams, and I do kind of agree with that. And I also think that like it's a very stereotypical story writing technique of, well, all teenage girls go through this phase where they are at odds with their mother constantly. And as someone who was a teenage girl for, you know, all of my teenage years, who had a lovely relationship with her mother the entire time, it doesn't have to be that way at all. You can be really close to your mum the whole time if you're very lucky and your mother, like I am. And I feel like that would be more of the story. And they could still, within that relationship, have struggles. They could still have Morticia saying, well, no, I know more about your visions because I saw my sister dealing with them. And Wednesday saying, well, yeah, but you never actually dealt with them. I know what I'm doing. They can still love each other and be supportive. And obviously they do love each other. I do kind of agree that that grates on me a little bit, because she just never listens to her. And Morticia doesn't explain herself very well either. It's just, talk to each other, please. And then Wednesday's New Spirit Guide, I was not expecting at all, but I love that they're distantly related. I mean, everyone on the Earth is somehow distantly related if you go back far enough. It's a great way to keep that character around. Wednesday does need to start acknowledging that she doesn't know everything. That, yes, initially keeping Enid safe, sure, you don't want to say, hey, you're going to die. But maybe if you told her you've seen her death, she actually might have been more likely to say, oh, okay, I'll head home. Again, I don't actually think Enid would ever agree to just go home and run away from the danger, because Wednesday's also in danger and she'd want to help, and she'd want to protect, like, you know, but maybe if she'd have noticed more signs that whatever's going wrong with her wolfness, I assume something's going wrong with her wolfness because it wasn't a full moon, she transformed without being able to control it. So yeah, I miss Wednesday and Enid's relationship being tighter than it is currently. It was always very Wednesday and Enid, but I miss it. So I kind of hope that fixes itself. I think, like, in my head, I'm just like, season 3 is a given. It's been renewed. If it hasn't been, do let me know. And then we have Isaac, right? That was the name they gave Zombie Man, Slurp. I mean, that was what they said in the story. The more brains he ate, the more human he'd get, and that is definitely what is transpiring. But at the same time, how many more brains is it okay for him to eat? Now, I believe we're supposed to assume he ate Bird Lady at the end there, because why else would you be creeping in her apartment? She tortured out people, but then he also seemed to know her. Now, when they told the story of this zombie person, I thought it was going to be like 100, 200 years ago that this happened. I could see it being passed down, even though it was just their parents' generation. But it's interesting that they know everybody, everyone's linked, and they knew Bird Lady too. So is he not going to kill her because they know each other? We will see. So this was a really, really good restart to this season. I feel like it would have left the story in a more interesting place for the month break, for more theorizing, if that makes sense. But regardless, I'm glad I don't have to wait a month to watch more. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and thank you so much for watching.